What's going on there, guys? Welcome back to RC Everyday. So, it's been a little while. We've had some downtime here in the summer. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff to do. It's hot. But, so we got this RC 4-wheel drive body here on my Trailfinder 2 long wheelbase, which is kind of a piece together chassis. But, I'm not ready to paint it yet. I still haven't decided what I want to do. I really was about to spray yellow and patina, and I don't know. I've been talking with my friend Dustin about doing a glossy paint job. He's a master of high quality paint jobs on RC cars and real cars. So I don't know, there may still be something there. I want to look into some stripes and getting some vinyl cut maybe to make some other style of the traditional stripes for this year model. But in the meantime, so when I drove my blue truck back there, the new TF2, it has a 2-speed, and I accidentally drove it locked in high gear because I wasn't paying attention. I was out in my land camping, and yeah. So I don't like the 2-speed. One, it's heavy, it's big, it's bulky. So the good folks over at Tinytrucks USA, which is the United States distributor for GCMracing products. So the C-Maxes, all the cool stuff like we have laid out here in front of us, all the nice machine work. They have a TF2 low-range trans conversion kit, which includes their version of this scale transmission, has mounts, has their LRT2 transfer case, which bolts directly to the transmission. It's not a divorced case like the RC 4-wheel drive applications. And it centers your motor, so if you get a really nice 3D printed 22RE or something, then you can slide that over your can and have it right under the hood, dead center where it's supposed to be. So I thought about putting this in the blue truck, and then I got to looking. I've got that really cool, I forgot the name, A&M Garage, I think, that skid plate and stuff, and I don't want to lose that. That's cool. I love the weight down low on that truck. So my first thought was to throw that on there, but looking at it, it's going to be a little difficult. So I think what I'm going to do, this is a brand new R3 single speed that I have on this long wheelbase, and I'm going to take that off of here, put it on there, and then we'll use this new setup on this truck. It works better because this has the opening hood, and I would really like to try and build a Scale Designs by Mr. Comedy, one of his 22RE prints, and have that on this truck and actually use the hood. Thinking this is going to be more of a shiny show truck, but that could always change because I've changed about 20 times this week thinking about it. But Tinytrucks USA got this new conversion kit here. It's got servo relocation brackets, all the mounting brackets for the transmission, and just beautiful stuff here. So we'll take a look at it as we install it. The transmission, it does look very similar to the RC 4-wheel drive one. SSD makes ones like this. GCM has one that's like this. So I don't know who had it first, but this is a low range. I don't know what exactly that means, if it's got a different gearing or not. Feels nice and smooth. It does feel like it is pre-lubed inside, but I don't know that for a fact. We have the extended shaft on the back of it, so we can bolt our transfer case on there and stack the gears and only have one shaft cutting right through. So your rear output will be dead center, which is optimal because this truck has the K44s. And the K44s are a little bit tricky. Let me show you why. If you can't see it yet, it's one major problem. The R3 single speed is offset to the passenger side. The diff housing, the diff pumpkin on these K44s is offset to the passenger side. Our output to our front drive shaft is on the left side. So we've got this shaft that has to be longer than it needs to be, and under full compression it will hit the transfer case. And it is a plastic shaft and we don't want to rub a hole in it. So I'm probably going to be upgrading the shafts on this anyway, but I am going to keep the K44s even though it's a Toyota. The Yoda 2s would look great on there, but right now I have this set of K44s. They are a really nice axle. I like the front knuckle setup. It's a little bit beefier than the Yodas. And, you know, it's what we got. It's already bolted on. That chassis is all decked out with Scale hardware. So we're going to keep with that theme as we install all this GCM goodness on it. This has a front servo mount. The servo has to move forward a little bit and go sideways. The RC4 drive mount looks like it'll accommodate that, but the GCM one, I believe, is set back a little bit further so we can have maximum engine room for a Scale engine bay. Because that's what, you know, GCM is all about, the full scale to the max. So I'll have a link below. This was GCMracing TF2 low range trans conversion kit. That is my phone dinging. And yeah, from Tinytrucks USA, distributors for GCM out of Florida. And speaking of Florida, USTE 2021 is coming up real soon. We're going to have some information on that The link to the website is in the video description as well. I'm going to promote that like I did last year. It's awesome seeing all y'all out there, and it's such an awesome event just to get out and see awesome tiny trucks. So we're going to tear this thing apart. I'm going to pull that R3 out and set it aside for my other truck, and we'll get started on the install. Alright guys, that all went together really well. You saw a little clip I had to get on GCMracing's channel for a few tips on how to put this together. It's been a while. This is my third of their transfer case, and this set makes it a little easier because the transmission already has the larger shaft installed. You don't have to mess with that. Everything fit perfect. The servo mount is a real nice piece, and you can see that it does work with the new 87 Xtra cab body from RC 4-wheel drive. Puts the servo right up against the core support, whatever you want to call that. It's just a plastic front of the body. So I'm thinking definitely going to have to do an engine bay in this now. We've got this awesome transmission, and yeah, this body has the opening hood. Let me show you how it fits in the inside. I'm not going to cut the supports off the body until I'm ready to actually paint, but you can see it fits nicely in there. Everything is nice and flush with the floor. Transmission is going to fit into that body shell perfectly. That little tunnel that it has is perfect size for that. Body mounts are roughly lined up. The front will be just a tad higher than where it's sitting right now. I've got just kind of balanced up there. But you can see the front body mounts here line up perfectly. This body has the rear body mount further back, and we will move that back once we get a little closer along in the process. But yeah, and it also did come with slightly longer body mounting posts, so no body clip adapters and stuff like some of the Jalan 2s have now and the Blazer had. Bolts directly to the chassis with solid piece, and I'm really digging it with these tires and wheels. I thought about if I do this glossy, I'll maybe polish these wheels up, armor all the tires, and try to go full shiny show truck for you, but I don't know. Especially if I get the engine, the 3D printed 22RE, I'd be very hard pressed to make that pretty because engines are so fun to weather and stuff. But yeah, big shout out to Tinytrucks USA. They distribute GCM products here in the States. Check them out. There's a link to them on the GCM store as well, so if you see something you like and you're worried that the Canadian prices seem too high, click Tinytrucks USA and see what they actually are in our dollars. May not be as bad as you think. It is expensive stuff. It is very high quality stuff. Just the fit and finish of all the machine parts, that transfer case, the way it goes together, you can tell it was designed and made by people who know RC cars, because it's so simplified. There's no written instructions, but like I showed you the videos, if you have any questions you can find those on YouTube from GCM. Chris will show you how to do it, and it's pretty straightforward stuff. Really nice quality. Yeah, so I don't have a motor on this yet. The first step in the video on installing this transmission is to attach your motor to the trans. So I'm gonna have to pull it most of the way back out to do that. I don't have a motor for it. I just realized picked up some new Spectrum receivers so I can keep using my DX5 Pro, which I am liking so far. And I've got a Hobby Wing Quick Run ESC, just a basic 1060, nothing fancy. And got that off-brand 200 or was it 20 kilogram servo thing that they're cheap off eBay and Amazon, and they're really good servos. A lot of people I know have used them. That's where I found out about them. So this truck is shaping up to be something cool. I've got to spend some money on drive shafts. Let me flip it over and show you the bottom so you can see the front drive shaft angle. Before we do that, I just want to show you the way that sets up. These brackets are all machined perfectly, bolted right in, no problems. Really, really good stuff. Transmission's perfectly level with the frame, and we've got the perfect amount of space up here for a can motor and a scale motor and a whole bunch of good stuff. So this build's the chassis already lends itself to a nicer truck. We've got now this awesome transmission setup. Like I said, we got the K44 axles and a bit nicer stuff. These GCM mini mag wheels I love. We've got the aluminum fuel cell in it. I mean, this is going to be it's going to be shiny. I'm afraid it's going to be shiny. So we'll see how that goes. But looking up here, we've got a normal length drive shaft for the front, and everything's on the right side. It's going to angle around the transmission and give us plenty of clearance. The rear is going to be big. It's going to be a long drive shaft, so I'm going to have to look at like semi-truck drive shafts and stuff on eBay. I'm not sure if the carrier bearing will work with this unit. Don't believe it will, because I think being center output. Let me grab one and take a look. Yeah, so no matter which way you flip it, it's just off center. This is dead centered in the vehicle, and it will line up with our center pumpkin on the K44 perfectly. We're just going to get a big long shaft. So I didn't have a rear shaft for this anyway, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this part 2 build of the new RC 4-wheel drive 87 extended cab truck on the TF2 long wheelbase. Be sure to check out Tinytrucks USA. I'll have a link below for their GCM products. And yeah, be sure to look forward to USTE 2021. It's in the works now. They've got the information out, the dates and everything on the website. There'll be a link to that below as well. And I'm going to be sponsoring that event. Not title sponsor, there's a bunch of sponsors. And that just makes it better for everybody that comes out, because all the sponsors have to put in X amount of stuff for you guys that come. So there's tons of prizes. There were so many prizes last year. It took forever for the drawing, but it was awesome because almost everybody got something. It was a really cool event, and I look forward to going back out there and seeing you guys again this year. Hopefully bringing some new rigs and having some fun. But keep a scale, and I will see y'all in the next video.